students, welcome to my class. We are going to learn a small module from elective paper BOD 102, that is Research Methodology, Bioinformatics and Biostatistics. This module is from Unit 1, that is Basic Concept of Research and General Laboratory Practices. Module name is Laboratory Hazard 3 and module number is 7. Myself, Dr. Ranjita Savaikar, Associate Professor, Department of Botany, PSS RSN College, Farmagudi, Ponda. This is the outline of my presentation. During this module, we are going to study the sources of noise and radiation hazards. We will understand what are the effects of noise and radiation hazards, and also we are going to study about the precautionary measures against noise and radiation hazards. After I complete this module, you will be able to describe the sources and effects of noise and radiation hazards. You will be able to cite the precautionary measures to be taken in the laboratory against the noise and radiation hazards. To begin with, let us understand the meaning of the word noise. Noise is unwanted sound or sound that is unpleasant and undesired. The product of operating various equipments is unwanted noise. Now let us understand what are the sources of noise hazard. As you have seen, in the laboratory, we are doing experimentation with the help of various equipments. So, the first source is equipment noise. All the equipments employed in the laboratory generates some noise. In chemistry laboratory, there are fume hoods, refrigerators, nitrogen gas generators, compressors, freezers, etc. Biochemistry, botany, zoology laboratory employ ultracentrifuges, automated analyzers, tissue homogenizers, stirrer motors, autoclaves, as well as the equipments similar to chemistry lab. Now, if you take example of geology laboratory, they might include a rock crusher which generates or which could be the source of noise in the geology laboratory. The second source of noise could be extraneous, that is unrelated noise. The sources are radios, piped in music and telephones present in the laboratories. Excessive noise could be because of combination of external and internal factors, that is traffic or additional laboratory equipments. What are the effects of this noise hazard? Continuously when the researcher is working in the research lab, because of noise hazard, there could be loss of hearing. This is a well-known adverse effect of noise and probably the most serious. Ringing in the ears. Interference with speech communication. Because of loud noise, we cannot communicate with each other in the laboratory. Now, what are the safety measures against noise hazard? Researcher must wear ear protectors when working in the laboratory. Laboratory manager must develop a strategy to reduce noise level to an acceptable level. Let us now understand about the radiation hazard. Many research laboratories are potential sources of ionizing radiations. The sources of radiation hazards are UV radiation with a wavelength less than 315 nanometers. The source is UV transilluminator. Lasers, laser scanning microscope is the source. Microwave ovens. ultrasound disintegrators, X-ray generators, cell phones. What are the effects of these radiations? These radiations damage the skin. There is hair loss. There is blood deficiency. There are gastrointestinal damages. There is cataract formation in the eyes. Blood, bone, lung, skin cancers could be because of these radiations. UV radiations, where wavelength is shorter than 315 nanometers, has greatest potential to produce burns. Lasers can burn eyes. Genetic effects like chromosome damage or gene mutation is because of the radiation hazard. How do we protect ourselves from these radiation hazards? These are some of the safety measures. Controlled use of all radioactive materials, minimizing the radiation exposure time, returning all the radioactive materials to storage immediately after use. After you finish working with your experiment, all the radioactive materials are to be returned immediately to the store. Removing radioactive waste from as frequently as possible. Maximizing the distance from radioactive materials. Shielding the radioactive source. Now, there are some researchers who are working in the open fields, as we have studied about the field research earlier. And if you choose a topic on the field research wherein you have to go to the field often, the researchers working in the open fields can protect themselves from harmful effects of cosmic radiations by wearing light clothes made up of natural fibers. They can wear a wide brimmed hats, or they can protect their skin by applying sunscreens. These are the reference books and these are the web links for additional reading. Thank you.